Travel is the traveler. What we see isn't what we see, but what we are. Fernando Pessoa.
Fernando Pessoa, 1888 to 1935, was a Portuguese poet, writer, literary critic, and one of the most enigmatic and influential literary figures of the 20th century. He is particularly renowned for his invention and use of heteronyms, distinct fictional personas, each with its own unique style, voice, biography, and philosophical outlook. These heteronyms include Alberto Caeiro, a nature poet with a simplistic, almost Zen-like perspective; Ricardo Reis, a physician and classicist who embraced Stoicism; and Álvaro de Campos, a futurist and sensualist who conveyed the turmoil and alienation of modern life. Pessoa himself, referred to as Pessoa ortónimo, the orthonym, was distinct from these alter egos and embodied a more introspective, fragmented persona. Born in Lisbon on June 13, 1888, Pessoa spent his early childhood in Durban, South Africa, where his stepfather was posted as a Portuguese consul. He became fluent in English, and this bilingual upbringing had a profound impact on his work. He was deeply influenced by English literary traditions, particularly the Romantic poets, and he translated many works of Shakespeare, Poe, and others into Portuguese. Pessoa's life in Lisbon was largely quiet and reclusive. He worked as a commercial translator and lived modestly, rarely seeking public attention. His literary output during his lifetime was modest. He published a small number of poems and essays in journals and magazines, but his true genius went largely unrecognized until after his death. When he died in 1935, his extensive body of unpublished work was found in a trunk, containing thousands of pages of manuscripts, notebooks, and fragments of poetry, prose, and philosophical treatises. Among his posthumously published works, the Book of Disquiet stands out as a seminal piece, written under the semi-heteronym Bernardo Soares. It is an introspective, fragmentary work that reflects Pessoa's existential musings on life, the self, and the nature of reality. The themes of isolation, inner conflict, and a fragmented sense of identity permeate much of his work, making him a precursor to existentialist and postmodern literature. Pessoa's unique blend of mysticism, skepticism, and modernist experimentation, combined with his fragmented identity through the heteronyms, has made him an enduring figure in world literature. His work, although deeply rooted in the Portuguese language and tradition, addresses universal questions about the human condition, making him one of the most profound literary minds of the modern age.